Sure, that was the love of my life. That's why I said it. I can't apply that to Wiz, but yeah, I cried for. I used to just sit in the shower and be like, "Fuck,"
and then you have to see him because you guys have a kid together.
Yeah.
Wow. That probably made it just take so much longer to get over it.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible. Wow.
But okay, so
it's really big of you to be able to admit that, though. I feel like I would not be able to admit that. Like, yeah. I feel like no, he can't know. You know,
well, I mean, Wiz feels the same way. We've had this conversation. He's said it in interviews and stuff like that. We were each other's soulmates, and I think that's why we're able to still be close and co-parent and not like be realistic about where we are.
So you telling me she cried for 3 years for a man that y'all celebrated for her for breaking up with? Tisk. It don't seem like she was celebrating.
So I've come to the realization tonight, I'm not made to date in 2023. I don't understand where the hell.
Let it out.
This is going to. I'm not made for situationships, whatever the that means. No, I'm made to be a wife and a mom. I want my man to come home to me. I want to have dinner cooked. I want laundry done. I want to do all that. That's what I'm made for. That's what God made me for. I know people are going to be like, it's 2023. Women don't need to be doing that. I want that. I want that.
Should have stayed with your husband.
Divorce my husband. Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's fucking sickness. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them.
Because the woman has too much leverage. That's why she divorced her husband. But now she regrets divorcing her husband. And now she know that she was more of a problem than an asset to him in their relationship. So you think you getting more money and you think you got the power, well, go ahead then. We're going to let you go. And you're going to be in this woman's situation right now. You can fix a mess up, but you can't fix a effed up. Now you see that you effed up. And now you got to go through one of the divorce stages called realizing that he has moved on. And now you have to.
Okay, so I found this beautiful spot that's overlooking the lake. That you have a rock to sit on. And my shoes are all muddy. So one thing that I love about solitude is you get to think. And so going on this trail, as I'm running through it, taking pictures, my mind's running and something comes across my mind. So I want to record it. I want to make sure that I remember it. And that is, after my divorce, I felt really alone. And I didn't really know who I was because I had had a partner define me for so long. Well, at least I felt like it. And I just didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know where I wanted to go. I just had a lot of things that I needed to figure out. 17 and a half years married, 4 kids. I begged this man, please, I've never been out of the U.S. Can we please go out of the U.S.? I want to experience something new. Can we travel? Can we do something? No. I get a text from him 5 minutes ago. What does it say? Hey, I need your permission. It's in the planning, but me and Aaron, his fiance, are taking her kids and he wants to take Kylie to Mexico for spring break. And I said, because he needs my permission to do that. And I said, absolutely, it's a great experience for her. Just please watch her, have fun and be safe. It's really, really hard for me because it's like 17 and a half years, 4 kids, and I begged you to take us or to take me and to do those kinds of trips and to spend that kind of time with us. And it was always no. And now you're giving this woman everything that I begged you for. Everything I begged you for, you are giving to her. Driving through town, and I look up at the stoplight, and my ex-husband is across the way in his truck and the stoplight, and I just take my left turn and keep going. And it was like a very surreal moment for me, because I remember just being so excited when this man pulled in the driveway home from work. I mean, like I couldn't wait for him to be home. And then I just, I see his truck and I'm just like, interesting. It's amazing what kind of love you'll tolerate when you're super hungry for it.
Now we about to go into the divorcee phases that I've came up with while looking at divorcees and hearing their stories of regret. So, 1, the realization phase. Realizing that you may have been the problem in the relationship. Realizing that you messed up divorcing in the relationship. And realizing that you ain't gonna find you no partner in the 2020s. The regret phase. Regretting that you even thought of divorcing in the first place. The last phase is realizing that you're gonna have to move on because the man has moved on. And he winning and you ain't. Watch any video of a sad divorcee and you're gonna hear those 3 phases. But you can just hear it like, dang, she realizes that she messed up. Oh, she regret that she even divorced him. Oh, she gotta move on because she seen his new wife.
All of my friends who prioritized having kids in their 20s are all now single moms at 40 and divorced. I got so many of these comments on my last video, so I'm going to touch on it now. Disregarding exceptional reasons such as real abuse, the fact is 80% of women are the ones ending marriages, 90% if they have a degree. Now, I've known about this statistic way before Jordan Peterson started popping off, and unfortunately it was due to my own research because I saw how many of my female friends were leaving their husbands. I'm very tired of this victim mentality that has manifested within the female realm. It is hard for me to have empathy for single divorced moms when 90% of the time they are at fault for it. It is completely self-inflicted.
It's refreshing that another woman is letting other women know that women are the main reason for divorce. And then they blame it on the man as if he was the problem, when most of the time it's not him that's the problem, it's the wife. Or the wife is verbally or physically abusing him, or the wife is the one stepping out in the relationship. And the body gonna follow the mind, so they're already divorced in their head before they even thought about even telling you they divorced.
Very surprised to see that when I did a poll asking for those who had been divorced whether or not they regretted divorcing their other half, 25 to 30% on both Twitter and Instagram said yes, they did regret their divorces. And I thought, wow, I thought it would be much lower. Maybe 10% of people were upset that they had gotten divorced, but 25% is a high number. I think it signals to the rest of you, maybe you're in a marriage, you're going through a rough patch, really think through it. The grass is not always greener.
I deal with me. But it wasn't that I had left my marriage. It wasn't that I had left my marriage for another man. It's that I feel like I left my marriage for a situation that not only is it not better, how can it even be? Like I felt ashamed. And the fear of this marriage failing in any way is a product of the shame that I feel, because it would be embarrassing and shameful to not work after such a big life-changing decision. It didn't just change my life, it changed my life, my children's life, my family life. My brothers never really spoke to me again. My sisters hate me. Like, it changed everything. That one decision to be with this one person changed my whole life, and we have to fight over deck of cards.